1.
In row 2 on the inside, Bobby Labonte, his best start in 2002. And Greg Biffle, his third Winston Cup race, is on the outside.
Mike Skinner talked about the hard testing crash in the burns he suffered in Kansas earlier this week. He's in row 3 with Kurt Busch.
Mark Martin, contender for the points championship in the inside of row 4. Ricky Craven, local boy, on the outside.
Jeremy Mayfield and Tony Stewart in the 5th row. Tony, 4 top 5s in his first 6 New Hampshire starts.
Andretti and Jerry Nadeau, couple of Petty Enterprises Dodges in row 6.
Yeah, they qualified back-to-back with Kyle Petty, who's inside of row number 7. Michael Waltrip alongside there.
On the inside of row 8, Rusty Wallace. He won here, was the first winner at New Hampshire. Kenny Schrader on the outside.
Matt Kenseth probably should have won the July race here. Had a flat tire with 9 laps to go. He's going to come from row 9 today with Ricky Rudd.
And in row 10, Jimmy Johnson, who's been so great in 2002, and Bill Elliott, a couple of victories this year.
Here's the Dominators row for this racetrack. Jeff and Jeff. Gordon, 3 New Hampshire wins. Burton, 4 New Hampshire wins.
And in row 12, another winner. Dale Jarrett won this race in 2001. Sterling Marlin leading that points championship on the outside.
Dave Blaney from Ohio in the 13th row. Kevin LePage from Vermont substituting for the injured Derek Cope in that 37 car.
Warren Burton, he talked about overdriving in qualifying, was very, very fast in all the practice sessions. Jimmy Spencer on the outside of row 14.
Robbie Gordon, the defending winner of this race, going to come from row 15 today. He started 31st when he won in November of last year. And Kenny Wallace alongside him.
Terry Labonte in row 16 alongside Kevin Harvick, who had a lot of confidence about his car today.
Jeff Green, career best finish, Winston Cup wise, here in New Hampshire in July. He's with Joe Nemechek, who's got a new crew chief this week.
And in row 18 on the inside, Todd Bodine had a 5th place last week at Richmond, his best of the season. Casey Atwood on the outside.
Junior's got to come from a long way back if he's going to win this thing today. Starts in provisional land, row 19 with Elliott Sadler.
And Steve Park in row 20 has won 5 times in New Hampshire. Busch modified. On the outside, Mike Wallace.
Brett Bodine changed an engine after one let go in yesterday's final practice. He'll drop to the back. Well, sort of. He's only got to move back behind Morgan Shepherd. And also Steve Park will go to the back. He's in a backup car after a crash during qualifying. Only one driver failed to make the field this week. It's Carl Long. 317.4 miles the race distance. 300 circuits around. 91,000 plus come to their feet. And an hour late, we are glad to see the green flag in the New Hampshire 300. Skinner poking the nose under 3 wide.
And Skinner lost the momentum when he had to jump off the throttle to avoid making contact with those guys. Now he's driving in, and Biffle goes in the corner too hard, slips up the racetrack. They're 3 wide on 4. 2 wide. 2.5 wide. 2.5.
Ryan Newman leads. Johnny Benson second. Bobby Labonte third. Mike Skinner fourth. And here's the race for 5th. It's Kurt Busch in the 97 and Biffle in the 55. You ever, when you're behind the wheel and you're going to squeeze in line in front of somebody, I mean, do you actually like draw up and pull your arms
right eye?
tight? And
I usually close the right eye. You kind of need the left one to see a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when it's close.
Let's see. That is back at 15th, 16th, and 17th spot. Elliott in the 9 is 15th. Mikey in the 15 is 16th.
Am I seeing raindrops on Rusty's camera?
Yes, you were.
Yeah, weather is very much threatening the racetrack.
Few raindrops on our camera lens.
There's one. I was hoping it was a bug, but
and some of the caution is out for rain. Caution for rain. Some of the NASCAR spotters monitoring their radio channel, calling in from around the track, saying there's a couple of drops in 1, a couple of drops in 3, and now there's a couple of drops everywhere. Coming to the green. This is good. Now let's see how long we can race under the green. Joe Nemechek just leaving the pit road as the field comes back.
Joe may go a lap down here pretty quick.
Green.
All right, let's watch these cars out of turn 1, see if they grip. Yeah, so far so good.
been up against that wall a couple times today.
Did he catch it there?
I don't think he touched it, but earlier he got real close to that turn 2 wall as well.
Here's third place. That's Kurt Busch, 97 car, working on Bobby.
Quick update on the 2. Rusty's got right front damage. They're also looking underneath the left front, trying to pull the sheet metal away, calling out some directions. They're going to try and put him down and get him back out, but I'm not sure he's going to beat the pace car. Yeah, now they're going to send him out so he can beat the pace car and stay on the lap. But he'll be right back. Alan.
Got a lot of damage over there behind the front wheel as well.
Rusty and Kyle Petty were the 2 that tangled to bring out the caution flag. It was down in turn 1.
Yeah, Rusty had passed the 17 car going down the front straightaway, and I guess the 45 was right in front of him. There's Rusty Wallace.
Kyle looked like he got out the corner in trouble there.
And so Rusty dives under the 17. The 48 car goes. Rusty thinks that there's a hole going to be there when he gets there, and guess what? There wasn't a hole.
Yep.
Take a look here. They all get in pretty good. Rusty got in there way high. I mean, he really drove that car in there.
So
drove over Kyle.
So a wreck that winds up in turn 1 starts in turn 4.
Yeah, because Kyle looked like he got off 4 in trouble.
On board with Rusty Wallace. Watch his car go up in the air. Watch it jump up in the air.
And, you know, Kyle, Rusty looked like he was thrown.
Well, it doesn't take much. Just the least hiccup down there, and you lose 5 or 6 spots on the racetrack.
Johnny Benson's car is working a little bit better right now than Newman's car in the center.
Close.
Very close. If that had been the last lap, Benson would have gone on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, so we're going to...
That's right here. More in 3 and 4, but see how Newman slides up the racetrack? Johnny can keep that car down a little bit lower. And usually, eventually, that works to your favor. Because if the guy's pushing, he's going to just push worse and worse as it goes on.
Here goes Benson for the lead. Yeah, good run.
You got to run it in hard now.
Now let's see what happens.
Yep,
Side by side.
Hard.
Ryan's going to try to cut back.
Don't slide too far. Don't slide. Yep, you got it. Harvick here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's loose off.
Loose off.
When the back end tries to pass the front end, it's pretty safe to say you're loose.
Than Johnny Benson did earlier, and Johnny was really close in his fuel window when they did come down for the caution last time. So this is about when Biffle should have pitted, so the leader should be pitting in about 15 laps or so.
Oh, wow.
Johnny trying to put a lap on Mike Wallace.
Yep, slid up the racetrack there. Couldn't get it done.
14 car in 31st place, last one on the lead lap.
And there's Newman, really closed up on him.
And look at this, and there goes Newman, and there goes Kurt Busch.
And that's all it takes is one little slip, and boom, 2 positions.
And Johnny was having some troubles getting by some lap cars earlier, too. This is him trying to get by Rusty Wallace.
I thought that he was in front of the 14 car a moment ago as he's trying to put Rusty a lap down. Looks like
Rusty did move down on him a little bit.
And he makes contact there, which allowed the 14 car to get by.
Ryan Newman hasn't been able to go by Mike Wallace either.
And on the other hand, Rusty is trying to stay on the lead lap.
Benny and Wally, you know how it feels when you're racing another guy, you, mano a mano for the win. That's exactly how every pit crewman on pit road feels right now. They know there's an excellent chance the winner of this race is going to be determined by the next pit stop. The question is, will they get to that pit stop before the rain comes?
Bill, you are so right. Those guys are sweating bullets right now, but I'm telling you.
150 laps here at New Hampshire. The race, if it got rained on and couldn't be restarted before dark, would then become official.
What happened to Marky Mark? He was 7th spot.
At 7th spot and had up the NASCAR Winston Cup points lead for the championship and has made contact with the wall.
He looks like he's coming to the pits. He may have a tire down. Right rear flat. Can you believe that?
Man, oh man. But this might not be too bad.
That's true. He's got to stop anyway.
Got to stop anyway.
He's lost a lot of ground, though, in that slow lap around.
That's the downside. Matt?
And you can see the 6 car, Mark Martin is in. Possible trouble on the right front, the air impact gun.
No,
backing the car up.
He was over the front line, Matt.
Boy, one problem for Mark Martin goes into another. Tough luck. A long stop for Mark Martin. But like you guys said, he had to pit at some point anyway, but this is going to be a long stop. And he almost hits the jack, man, as he leaves.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah,
he would have waited for those left sides. That would have been it. He would have been 2 laps, 3 laps down.
So that could be a costly moment in the championship for Mark Martin. We'll see where he shakes out here after he comes back across the start-finish line.
Well, there comes the leader. If he can stay in front of these guys, but they've got the momentum. Oh, and they got a crash.
John Andretti and Ward Burton.
Burton's got a right front down, it looks like.
So far, no caution so far.
Yeah, right front tire is definitely flat.
There is none anymore.
Okay, Ward, easy. Easy, Ward.
He cannot turn that car. Very easy.
And while this is going on, Benson continues to work on Kurt Busch, who continues to work on Ryan Newman for the race lead. And the weather's around.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
4 tires, guys. You're gonna.
Look at this. Newman, Kurt Busch still hung up in the lap traffic. Mark Martin behind him, desperately wanted to make up a lap.
Boy, Ryan was loose that time, getting off before.
Oh, Mike Wallace trying to get by the 29 car. Here is Kurt Busch going to try it on the outside.
Now, Ryan's going to have to use that bumper here pretty quick. He's going to have to get going.
Here comes Mark Martin on those 2 fresher tires. Thought he was going to make a move in there. Now, when they come to the start-finish line this time by, the starter will show them the crossed flags. Halfway, done. Here they come. Crossed flags are out.
Now, this is where it gets intense. If it starts to rain, now we'll see the bumper. How about it, Bill?
It's starting to sprinkle down here, Wally. It definitely is. And one problem with the 12, Kurt Busch asked how to adjust the brake bias. He's also having to pump the brakes because his car is loose in. But he's also having to pump the brakes to get him to work. That's never good.
No, that's not good. You can help fix. There we go. Ooh, he's right there.
Looking. Needs more racetrack off of turn 2 to get that done.
If you turn the brake bias to the front and give it more front brake, that'll help the loose end. But
That's what he wanted. Sorry, Wally. That's what he wanted to do. Want to make sure he was turning it the right way.
Right. But if he's having to pump the brakes, boy, that's going to be tough.
After we got past halfway, anything could have happened. And with the rain coming out, with the lap cars holding the leaders up, I knew it was time to go. And I was trying to pressure him to make him make a mistake. I was using everything that I could in my book to get by him. I'm going high, going low, trying to maneuver by Newman, because you raced every lap like it was the last lap because the rain was coming.
Boy, it's good stuff right here. That's terrific stuff.
And Johnny Benson not that far behind these guys. But can he stay there? Oh, so close.
This kind of attempts to pass, you know, that the middle lane of the racetrack is the fastest. That's the old bottom groove that everybody fought so hard for. But the changes that track owner Bob Baer made to this speedway before the Busch Series race here in May, this is what he intended, for somebody to have an opportunity to try and find a passing lane down low.
Well, you know, we talked about at the beginning of the race, BP. I think the track is better, obviously, than it was. I think the temperature helped.
Oh, he hit him. Kurt Busch into the corner of Ryan Newman. And Newman gathers it up and holds the lead.
But there's a lot more racetrack that they are using today.
And Kurt Busch that last time tried an entirely different line. He went in turn 1 very, very wide, trying to get that run off the bottom.
Back in New Hampshire, they're racing to the caution flag for rain. Kurt Busch trying to put a move on Ryan Newman. This could be the run to the finish. Newman gets to the caution first. Lap 199. It has started to drip once again here in New Hampshire. The caution came out after the leaders had gone by the start-finish line. Busch made a desperate attempt to get off turn 2 and then off turn 4 to steal the lead away, but he was unsuccessful, and Newman leads behind the pace car.
And now Ryan Newman, Matt Borland, this entire crew, they want it to rain, because if it...
really hard to pass 20, 30 laps at this start.
Yeah, I don't know how superstitious Ryan Newman is, but if he feels like he has to go fishing with Marty every Saturday in order to win,
Boy, that's a lot of pain, but if you have to.
I'm telling you. All right, here's the decision from race control.
Next time by, white flag.
You got it. When they come to the start-finish line, they get the white flag. And this race is going to stop at lap 207.
You, why don't you talk around the last lap? I can't talk, man. All right, that's all.
Is that Don Miller you're talking to?
Talk, old man, this one's for you. You worked your ass off for this. Thanks, Betty.
Don Miller, longtime associate of Roger Penske, who's...
You will be the rain man.
Marty?
The man you're looking at is Greg Newman. He took Ryan Newman to the racetrack when he was 4 years old, put him in a midget car, said, son, someday we're going to go big-time racing. They are here. This is his first ever Winston Cup win. It is an emotional day for the Newman family, who is very tight-knit even to this day. His dad drives his motorhome to the racetrack each week, and he is here every week for his son, and you can see the tears of happiness coming down his face right now.
It's great to see.
That is fantastic.
Ryan Newman is 24 years old. He's from South Bend, Indiana. Came from a background of open wheel racing in the Midwest. He's an engineering graduate of Purdue University. Roger Penske took him in, said this kid is going to be a star in this sport. Put him through the ABC program where they ran some ARCA, some Busch, and some Cup races.
Buddy Baker tutored this young man
Yes,
for a couple of years, helping him learn more about these stock cars and what it takes to win.
And Don Miller, the longtime general manager of the Penske South team,
Congratulations.
who has also
Good job, everybody.
been very instrumental in Ryan Newman's development. And now it all comes to the payoff window. As Ryan Newman comes off of turn 4 to the checkered flag under the caution in the rain to pick up his first NASCAR Winston Cup Series win. In just his 35th start, Ryan Newman goes to victory lane. The 16th Jiffy driver to win this season.